Paddy, are you supposed to be somewhere else?
Probably. You're in check.
Paddy, why don't you just make yourself known to the captain?
I'm hardly known to myself. Plus, Captain gets my goat.
Lieutenant Mayne!
Paddy, think about Burma. Don't do anything that will jeopardize our deployment to Burma.
Hey! I've been looking all over fucking Cairo for you. You're meant to be in a briefing. But you're too busy playing chess with your boyfriend. Get on your fucking feet and get yourself a shave while you're at it.
I have my friend in check. In 2 moves, it'll be checkmate. Now, wait your fucking turn.
Get on your fucking feet, you lazy Irish fucker!
Burma would have been so nice.
Paddy! Play the madman. He is the madman. Here! Do ye postmen have a problem with a wee bit of wind? Oh, Paddy, shut up. I'd slay one of these fucking things myself. Sure, it's just a truck with a lot of ambition. Okay, that's enough. You should get fucking smart with me. Step aside. Gentlemen, I understand your concerns regarding the weather. This isn't weather. This is the whole desert risen up into the air. General Auchinleck will move his 8th Army against Rommel's front line in order to relieve Tobruk. If Tobruk falls... Tobruk will not fall! Cairo and the Suez Canal are next. Malta and the Mediterranean topple like dominoes. It ends with Rommel rolling his panzers up the Mall towards Buckingham Palace. His planes must not attack our troops. The SAS have trained for months to blow them up on the ground. We will not be stood down. Many lives depend on us. It's God's work! We have one shot at this. Do you understand? Your job is to deliver us and turn back. We will make our own way home. The wind is 30 knots. 15 knots is considered unsafe. War is fucking unsafe! Okay, enough. Besides, Captain Sterling outranks you. You will have to sleep with your own conscience if Auchinleck's advance is stopped by air superiority and Tobruk falls to the enemy. Get your men boarded. Good man.
Is that too much?
I think it went rather well. Mad bastard.
We will begin your training regime this morning with a wee competition. You will divide into 2 groups and use these poles and these planks to build 2 scaffolds 30 feet high. There are hammers, nails, and screws, but no plan. So you will have to use your initiative. Is there a French word for initiative? The first team to build a scaffold 30 feet high, which a man can climb, will be the winners.
Messieurs, pour commencer l'entraînement, on va faire 2 équipes pour construire 2 tours. La première équipe qui finit gagne.
How do we divide?
Germans, Jews, non-French legionnaires against the French.
No, we do not divide ourselves that way.
I have just divided you in that way.
Bon, c'est les Français d'un côté, les Juifs, les Allemands et les non-Français de l'autre.
Any more questions? Well, there fucking should be a question. Why are you asking us to build 2 scaffolds 30 feet high in the middle of the fucking desert?
We're trained not to question orders. We're trained to carry them out.
Lesson number 1. On morning number 1. You must ask why.
Why?
Very fucking good. Sharp.
Yeah.
You must ask why Because if you know why you were carrying out your mission, when things fuck up, as they inevitably will, you will know how to achieve what you set out to achieve in a different way. In your own way.
So why are we building 2 towers 30 feet high in the middle of the desert?
Because when they are built, you are gonna climb them and jump off them. While you are carrying out this test of teamwork, initiative, and stamina, I'm gonna be up there on that ridge.
Observing.
Nope. I'm gonna be shooting at you.
It'll be what?
I'll be shooting at you with live ammunition. It'll be up to you to avoid my bullets. I see evidence of slacking or shirking. That really does get my goat, and I might just decide to wing the culprit. But, most of all, I'll be shooting at you by way of encouragement. As a general rule, I'll be shooting at anybody who stands still. So don't stand still.
Please don't bother to salute.
I won't.
Leave us.
Yes, sir. Who the fuck are you?
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Bill Sterling. David Sterling's older brother. Cigarette? David sends his warmest regards from Gavi, prisoner of war camp in northern Italy. You can stand at ease.
I am at ease.
Why don't we sit down, eh? Major Mayne, I've come here to ask you to help me stop GHQ from disbanding your regiment and sending all of your men back to their parent units, which they are planning to do in the next 2 days if we don't do something to stop them. The nature of the war has changed. They're looking for an excuse to stand you down, and at the moment, you are that excuse.
You don't look like him.
I'm more patient, less rash. More thoughtful, less impulsive. You will think that I'm soft and then snap.
Snap? Oh, I'd fucking love to see Snap.
And I would quite like for us to talk as two soldiers. Two adults, not two reputations.
As far as I'm aware, you don't have a reputation.
Because for the past 2 years, I've been working for British military intelligence. Our very existence is secret, so we're not allowed the luxury of reputations. Now, do you want to save the SAS or not?
You know, when your brother came in these places, I listened to him because he earned my respect. Earned. Like when you're a kid and your dad asks you to chop wood.
I heard what happened regarding your father's...
And you chop the wood, you chop the whole fucking tree.
When I learned they refused you
and your
compassionately...
dad hands you a shilling and says...
I blew my top.
You earned that, Paddy, my boy. My son. My sweet son. You earned that for your efforts. Whereas you, as far as I'm aware, have chopped no trees, picked up no axe, fed no fucking fires, done nothing to earn my respect. You blew your top. Is that what you just said? Is that how you spake? You blew your top? Well, fucking believe you me, I blew my top as well. I blew the top of fucking Cairo.
And in doing so, you made some of your critics very, very happy.
Oh, fuck. I've got so much rum and raki inside of me turning into blood and vinegar. I need to either shit or throw up. My body can't decide which. I need a bucket in here!
I've already secured your release. You can use the lavatory on the way back to your unit, if the SAS still exists.
1 hour ago, 1915 hours, 3 squadrons of gliders took off from Tunisia and are now in the skies above our heads. They are carrying soldiers who will land in the interior of the island, cut off communications and supply lines after we have reached the cliffs, and be ready to halt the inevitable Italian retreat. However, since American-made gliders are quite similar to paper airplanes, some of them have fallen short and crashed into the Mediterranean. This will not be a good outcome for those men on board. As a result of this, as we make our way at speed toward the snout of the Sicilian pig, you will encounter soldiers, British soldiers adrift at sea with very little chance of rescue. And you will do nothing to help them. I repeat, you will do nothing to help those British soldiers who will pass within a few feet of you. Instead, you will leave them to drown. That is an order. And in the new order of things, orders will be fucking obeyed. Outstretched hands, cries for help, cries for mama, cries in the name of God will not slow your landing craft down, because if you do, our mission will be delayed and it will fail. You will not jeopardize the success of the liberation of Europe with acts of mercy. Any man who disobeys this order will face court-martial and my own wrath. Is that clear? I said, is that fucking clear?
Yes, sir!
These are the last moments of your lives when you won't have images of drowning men stuck inside your head. Make the most of these moments. You have an hour.
Right, you heard the man! We have 1 hour to get our shit together!
We have less than 3 minutes to clear these positions before the rest of the boys land.
Reggie, are you familiar with the Irish folktale about the salmon of knowledge?
No, Paddy. I don't know the Irish
Basically a wee
folktale.
tale that explains why the common man, like you and I, are smarter than those high-born sons of bitches who try to rule over us.
Not really in the mood for folk tales right now, Paddy.
Why not?
Because a German soldier is looking right at us.
So, there was a salmon in the River Boyne, and it had all the knowledge of the world locked up inside its flesh and scales. And a nobleman called Finnegas spent 7 years of his life trying to catch this famous salmon with nets and hooks and the whole kit and caboodle.
We go soon. Yes?
And eventually he caught the salmon and gave it to his ragged-arsed little servant called Finn Mac. And he said, you cook this friggin' fish, but you do not.
Less than 2 minutes,
You do
Paddy.
not, you ragged-arsed little bastard, take a bite of it or even taste the flesh, because the fish is mine and the knowledge is mine. And whoever tastes this fish first gains all the knowledge of the world.
If you're not careful, they will hear the bollocks you are talking, and you are talking bollocks in
So,
English.
Finn Mac, the servant, cooks the fish, and to check that it's cooked, he presses the flesh with his thumb.
Ihr seid zu nah an der Hafenmauer. Motor anlassen und wegfahren.
Waiting for the word, Paddy.
But the servant burns his thumb on the flesh of the fish. So, he sucks his burnt thumb, and in doing so, He sucked the fat of the fish off it.
Spostatevi dall'ingresso del porto, o apriamo il fuoco!
And so, all the knowledge of the world went to the ragged horse servant, Finn Mac. Which is why, to this day, babies suck their thumbs and poor people have all the answers.
You need to go now, Paddy.
Zielen!
Dead on.
Get in the
You came to say well done.
GHQ a cock-a-hoop.
Cock-a-hoop. Well, I am cock-a-doodle fucking do that they are cock-a-hoop.
Tolerate Paddy Mayne's eccentricities in return for exceptional results in the battlefield. That's my instruction from GHQ.
But you're getting close to saying fuck it and taking a swing.
Who am I to you, Paddy? Your headmaster?
The headmaster at my school was my friend. He gave me cigarettes.
Or some figure of authority.
You remind me of the gamekeeper who broke my homemade fishing rod, and I broke his homemade arm. 2 wee boys. And all yous want is to go home.
Paddy, you know what they would do to us if it was the other way around.
Fuckers would line us up and shoot us.
Paddy, give the order. Tell them to put the fucking gun down. Geneva Convention, Reg.
Fuck convention! You tell him right now, Paddy. You order him to stop, now.
Go ahead, Staff Sergeant. You're no use to me with all that hate in you. Get it out of your system. Blow the boys' brains out. When you get home to England, you can tell your wife, Monica, and your nieces and nephew. You tell them exactly what you did. When you're just good old Reggie, back from the pub on a Saturday night, you look into the fire, you'll see that boy's face, that wee boy there. And the way you look into the flames, your own wife will be terrified of you. Go ahead, Reggie. Do unto them as they would do unto us. Amen.
Billy, Bruff, here. Get him up.
Give them a drink of whatever the fuck we have left. Let's get on to the rendezvous.
Major Robert Blair, Paddy Mayne.
Sir, famous Paddy Mayne.
I'm not sure how I could be famous, sir, when I am not sure myself of who I am.
You appear to be wearing the wrong beret, Major Mayne.
No, actually, I don't think I am, sir.
Every single one of these men smells of alcohol.
They've just attended the funeral of 21 comrades, sir.
So, in all honesty, we'd have taken a drink by now anyway. And the reason I personally object to the maroon beret is that it makes us look the same as every other parachute regiment in the British Army. But we are not the same as any unit in the British Army. As this parade has probably already proven to you, sir, we are slightly drunk, opinionated and borderline insubordinate delinquents.
Paddy.
And our unique ability is to operate behind enemy lines without regulation in any way we see fit, inflicting the maximum amount of damage on an unsuspecting enemy without being directed by central command.
If I hadn't made that wee speech to your face when I had the chance, sir, I would have regretted it, and being an impulsive man, I cannot afford regrets.
Men like these should not be ordered to simply run at machine guns. It is an abuse of their courage. You have my personal permission to carry on wearing your sand-colored beret. And for the avoidance of doubt, as far as High Command is concerned, we do not care about the mental health, psychological conditions, or the levels of insubordination amongst your men. Just so long as you keep winning. Await further orders, Major Paddy Mayne.
Sir.
Next.
So the sand of the desert couldn't keep your soul buried, Owen.
I know. I miss the fog. And the water. The fish. You. I missed you.
I'm not sure I can forgive myself for any of it. See, I keep waking up and finding myself alive. No matter how hard I try. It's like a horse race. But actually, you're riding on a carousel, so there's no chance your horse will overtake the one in front. No one behind you will never catch you up. The horse in front is contentment. The horse behind you is death. There I am. Lieutenant Colonel Robert Blair Mayne, sitting on a plaster fucking horse, unable to get off the fucking carousel. You sure got off the carousel though, didn't you?
I was spun off. That was not my choosing.
No, you got off to stick around in the desert. It was the desert where we were most easily ourselves.
Ah, yeah. The desert. When it was the desert and you and me. You and me.
Prepare, prepare the iron helm of war. Bring forth the lots, cast in the spacious orb. The angel of fate turns them with mighty hands and casts them out upon the darkened earth.
Stop!
Prepare. Can I help you with something, officer?
You were seen running through the village. A mother and her children heard you talking. They thought you might be talking into one of those radios.
And they thought perhaps I was a one-man German invasion come to Northamptonshire all alone.
I'll need to see identity papers, come on.
I am a soldier, but I'm not German. I'm Irish.
And why were you running?
Because for a man in my condition, running is the same as walking. Plus, I'm in a hurry.
To get where?
London.
You're to London on foot?
Aye. What that lady and her children heard was me reciting poetry, which in my madness I'm very fucking prone to do.
Lieutenant Colonel Robert Blair Mayne. Special Air Service. You deliver mail?
If there's going to be an invasion, I am always first with the news. That's why I'm going to London. There's going to be a wee invasion, and I think they want me to be a part of it.
Actually, officer, I'm running late for my first meeting. So, in the name of His Majesty the King, I need to borrow your bike.
Borrow my bike?
Fuck.
Whoever you are, a general just walked in the room.
The arm I used to salute is a wee bit stiff, sir. I fell off my bike in Hendon in my haste to get here.
Colonel Sterling, what is the meaning of all this? And what the fuck is he doing here?
What I am doing here, sir, is giving my professional opinion on your plan.
You shared a classified plan of operation without permission.
As I recall from our last meeting, General Montgomery insisted the entire success of the SAS in Italy was down to Paddy Mayne. So why wouldn't I share what you're still daring to call the plan with him?
30 miles behind the lines. 36 hours before the invasion. Oh, glory to the fallen.
That information is top secret.
If it's 30 miles behind, 36 hours before, it'll make no difference where in France your forces land. My regiment will all be dead by the time you set foot on the beach.
Right. So, to be clear, you are sharing classified information, and from what I'm hearing, you are suggesting that you would disobey a direct order!
No, sir. I would go alone, myself. That I would do. But I would not ask my men to come with me, since most of my men are quite keen to live. Whereas I am, at best, equivocal. Oh, and the other problem with your plan, sir, is that it would not work. If you drop us into France 36 hours before, it'd only take one gust of wind to blow one parachute into the arms of the enemy. They would put two and two together and begin to work out where the invasion point is.
And you would be giving them 36 hours to prepare.
Since it's you, and especially you, I will share your concerns with General Montgomery. And Colonel Sterling, your conduct in this matter will be noted at the very highest level.
Goodness. Were you and I just on the same side?
Goodness, I think we were.
Paddy!
What the fuck is that?
It's a gramophone, Reggie. A record player. I thought it'd be nice to have some music to listen to.
Music?
Aye. I'm going to take it into France with us, and then we can all listen to some music together.
Paddy, are you fucking mad?
Well, she's bloody mad, bro. Bloody mad.
And how do you plan on getting that down to the ground?
Oh, I've all that worked out, Reggie boy. I'm going to strap it to my left leg, and then be sure to land on my right.
What's the records, Pod?
I was going over the Farquhar Mountains.
Sing up,
I saw Captain Farrell and his money he was counting. I first produced my pistol and